Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, I just played the greatest game ever. I got this from a Steam coupon for crafting a badge, and with that coupon I got this for whole 10 cents. But with such a high quality game like this, I would have easily paid twice as much. Let's take a look at the greatest game ever that is called Call of Nightmare. I don't know what the story is, but you're in the desert and you have to kill zombies. What caused the zombies to appear? Why do they all look the same? I have no idea. There is absolutely no time wasted with dialogue. All I know is my guy must have some psychokinetic powers because he can shoot without aiming or even really holding the gun. So whatever it is, he's a real badass fighting these zombies. And who needs a story anyways when you got zombies? If you're not caught up in its impressive story, then the gameplay will really knock your socks off. It's an on-rail shooter that simply has you walking around this desert-like area, and then zombies just rematerialize out of nowhere, and you only have a few seconds to mow them down, or else you die. You can hit the reload sign and wait several seconds to reload your bullets, but if there are any zombies on the screen, you die because of that. Meaning when you encounter 3 of them, your chances of getting hit is 99% unless you're lucky enough to have both a full clip and really good aiming. Oh, I should also say another genius thing is they did not target damage based on your aim. None of the zombies have any weak points. It just takes 3 hits to kill each one, and they're all the same. It's not like that lame game Galgun, which my review comes out in February, by the way, where each character has a weak point to knock them down and to defeat them. And there are over 30 different enemy characters chasing after you. Pfft, who actually wants to take time to aim where there's shots at different looking characters when you can just mowing down the same thing over and over again, or have spacing them out so I'm not constantly being hit by enemies? Those types of games are for chumps. And the second stage throws in spiders, which are really scary looking, but really easy to gun down. They don't shoot or throw things like webbing or anything like that, making this game even better. And then the third stage, not only you have some incredible fun of having zombie hordes just rematerialize in front of you, but now you have to wait sometimes until one of them actually falls completely over before you can shoot another. Or in some cases, they just rematerialize behind thin walls, in which case you don't have to worry about shooting them until you're good and ready because they'll never get close enough to attack. And it's got one of the best achievements ever. If I sit there and hit the L button on my keyboard over 100 times, I unlock an achievement. Unlocking that was the greatest achievement in my life. The graphics in this game are the best ever. Just to take a look at those mountains in the background behind you. I have never seen someone take a realistic rendered picture of what's in my toilet after I've taken a dump and use it in such an imaginative way as putting it in as a mountain. And just look how unnaturally you move. Why would anyone want something smooth and look like real walking? What do you think I'm playing? Galgun? On top of that, Galgun came with an ugly target reticle that made me feel like I was actually shooting a gun at people. Here, this game is so amazing that it makes sure I don't feel like I'm actually shooting anything by having my target reticle be the same as my Windows cursor. And the zombies always pour out the same insanely realistic looking blood. And you can assume they died from consuming a whole bunch of crayons. And just look at the amazing way the zombies just jump right out at you. Pfft. Unlike some of those other less than stellar games where characters might actually hide in places and jump out of you that are kind of logical, these zombies are a lot sneakier. They just materialize out of nowhere, making for more surprises and thrills. And the spiders there, well, they're a really cool looking color of orange. The game sounds even more awesome. No music whatsoever, but the sound of walking has a really nice beat to it. Other than that, some cool zombie sounds that I've heard millions of times before and loved it even more this time when I heard it played endlessly throughout this short game. That and a really loud gun noise too that caused my ears to bleed every time I shot my machine gun. Just like standing really close to a real machine gun would. How realistic. This game is awesome. So awesome that even Steam can't handle it. It's been taken down. That's how awesome it is. Only those of us who are willing to invest early with our times got into it. That's just great. Alright, I really gotta stop being a smartass here and just come out and say it. This game is absolutely terrible. From the generic looking zombie model that just gets repetitive, to the lame, nonsensical terrains, to just poorly designed everything. It's not good even for $1. That said, just watching the developer interaction and in the letter he wrote to the Steam community when he pulled it down, I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a greedy scumbag like you do oftentimes hear coming from the Steam store, but rather a young person who might have found out how to do a little code and just wanted to put something out there. I remember when I first learned how to use a video editor a few years ago. I was the same way, can't wait to get my stuff onto YouTube and share it with people. I might be wrong, but if to the developer, if you're not a scumbag, here's my advice for you. If you want to actually be a big indie developer on Steam, making a good game takes time. We've all heard about how games like Axiom Verge, Dust and Elysian Tale, or even Five Nights at Freddy's were created by teams of only a few people, or even oftentimes just a single person. But here's the thing. These games took years to create and perfect for these people. It wasn't something they devoted a single weekend to, but rather every weekend and moment of free time for several years to get them right. If you care about your product, listen to what Jim Sterling told you in his video. He's a better expert than me, and your bad reviews also on Steam, go back and improve the game based on their comments. Jim ripped Scott Cotham a new one when he did his first game. He took his advice and created Five Nights at Freddy's and became a well-known name in the gaming industry after he actually listened to his critics. Even if you want to make a fun, cheap novelty game, it still has to have something of value. Outside of my amusement, poking fun of how horrible it is, there's no real amusement in your game here, unfortunately. Not even 10 cents worth. In Steam, you really do need to put up some standards for your storefront. Not only for crappy games, but for crappy developers that have abused the Steam community. It's important that people who put work into games, regardless of how small they are and how small the budgets, stand out and have a chance to be looked at. And asset flippers get shut out in the cold where they belong. And as far as encouraging really small game makers looking to get in, I'd rather get a rejection by Steam if I were them in private than have that my game got the attention of someone like Jim Sterling so he could really rip a new one, because I'm pretty sure that's got to be an embarrassment if you actually really care about your work or your product, even if you're an amateur. It really hurts when you run into someone like Jim Sterling, who, that's why people like him. It's why I like to watch him too, but just rips a new one because the game is awful. So listen to what Jim had to say, his criticisms there, and go back and improve upon it if you really want to make a good game. Anyways, this is Tommy the Game Master, thanking you all for watching this. I'll see you guys later.